Okay, you guys. So for the recording and anyone who is watching this on Zoom, it is 2 blocks and a strap. That's all we're going to need. So my focus this week, body part wise, is hips and twists. So that's what I'm working on. So yeah, exactly. So we're going to be working on that. And so hip mobility, hip stability, rotation of the ribs around the spine. So that's what we're going to be working on today. So let's get started, you guys. So find your comfortable seat. Eyes can be open or closed. You get to decide what feels right for you. And find your soft spine. So begin to just breathe into the heaviness of your pelvis, the connection of your feet to the earth. Oh, shoot. Connecting to the lobby, which is not what I want to do. And just notice, observe without judgment how you feel. Observe how the breath is moving through this shape. Notice what's moving through the mind, observing that thoughts will always be present, and your work is to not attach to them. So allowing them to be there, but noticing them like you would notice clouds in the sky, just drifting past the screen of the mind without attachment, without a dialogue. Take a scan of the physical body. Notice where there's tension, gripping, tightness. And can you direct your energetic breath into those spaces? Observe the inhale as it sips in through the nose, and just watch the path that it takes as it lands, wherever it lands in the torso. Feel the expansion and contraction of the lungs and the ribs with each inhale, each exhale. So bringing to the forefront something that we do every second of every day unconsciously, breathing, making that your focus. Just noticing how the breath fills you up and empties you out. allowing the breath to be the most important part of your practice. And if there's a mantra, an intention that you would like to weave in and out with the breath, I invite you to pull that in and allow the breath and the mantra to ground you, keep you present. And then from here, let's go ahead and sit up tall. So find that long spine. Notice how it changes the pelvis. Notice the relationship between the spine and the pelvis. Notice the relationship between the spine and the breath. And let's pull in our 3 layers of breath, continuing to breathe in and out through the nose. I want you to begin to find a smoother, more fluid inhale, an inhale that has no hills nor valleys. It's smooth and fluid from the moment it enters your nose to wherever it lands in your torso. Once you find that smooth, fluid inhale, elongate it. Make it slightly longer than your natural inhale, but do not compromise the fluidity. Match your exhale to the same fluidity and length as your inhale. Samavritti, pure breath. Next, lower breath, Mula and Uddiyana Bandha yoga work styles. So on your exhale, gently lifting the pelvic floor up towards the navel. Navel gently pulls back towards spine. Gently slide the navel along the spine towards the heart, all the while finding that smooth fluid, samavritti. Final layer of breath, Ujjayi Pranayama, victorious breath. Constrict the back of the throat as if you're breathing through a straw. The breath becomes audible and vibrational. Sounds like the waves in the ocean or as if you're fogging up a mirror. All 3 layers of breath are in place, and eyes can be open, soft drishti, or closed. And I want you to make sure that your heels are planted underneath your knees. Your knees are hips distance, and your spine is long, belly pulling away from the thighs. Imagine that there is a string attached to the crown of the head, lifting you up towards the heavens, and the heels are reaching down towards the center of the earth. Notice what you notice without judgment or expectation, just reveling in this present moment, reveling in the awareness of the body and the breath. And then we're going to stay seated as we do 5 rounds of Ardha Surya Namaskar. So we normally stand. I want you to stay seated for this, and you can have your eyes open or closed. On your inhale, you're going to sweep the arms up, knit the front ribs in. Exhale, navel to spine, hinge. Allow the torso to drape on the thighs. Inhale, hands to sides of shins, long from tail to crown. Exhale, folds you in. Press root, inhale, rise. Fill up with prana. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. 4 more just like that. Inhale, breathing in and out through the nose. Exhale, navel to spine, flat back, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to sides of shins, belly away from thighs. Exhale, shine the heart between the shoulder blades. Root through the heels, rise up through the crown, the fingertips. Exhale, energy to heart. Again, breath sounds so good, you guys. Stick with it. Exhale is that emptying out release. Inhale is that long spine. Exhale is that deep fold. Press root, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, your half forward fold. Exhale, your deep fold. Root, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Again, inhale, sweeps you up. Exhale, folds you in. Inhale, hands to sides of shins, long spine, reach forward there. Exhale, folds you in. Let the head go. Inhale, root, rise, fill up with prana. Exhale, hands to heart. Good job, you guys. So from here, I want you to grab your strap. We're going to stay seated in our chair. My God, I think I might actually make this like a chair yoga class. Unbelievable. I know. Don't get too excited. I know. I'm not going to go crazy with the chair, but I'm like, wow, I'm actually doing poses in the chair. Who am I? I go on retreat, I come back, it's like I've been body snatched. Okay, so from here, I want us to come into having our right hip bone on the chair. And that knee is coming straight out of the hip socket. That left leg is going to come straight out. So you're going to turn. So you're going to turn and face towards the right side. Yep, right there. Sorry, I needed to make that. Huh? So I'm on my left. I want you guys on your right. I'm mirroring you so that the people in front of me, I'm facing the same direction as them. So don't do what I'm doing, do what I'm saying. So I know. Believe me, if you think it's hard to follow me, imagine what's happening in this head. Okay, so that right sit bone is on the chair. The knee is coming straight out of the hip socket. That left leg, the outer edge of the foot is on the ground. So you might have to get it so that the hip doesn't feel as constricted. So you're gonna have to play around where the foot is placed to be able to get it where you need it to be. So Lee, do you see how you're in a lunge right now? I want that back heel down and that leg straight. So it might have to come towards me a little more, okay. Right? Yes, yes. But I want you to ground through the outer edge of the foot. So do you see how you're in the inner edge? I want the outer edge grounding, pinky toe side. and the heel. So breathe. I'm going to touch you. No, you're getting it. There, press. There. Now you feel that this is where the energy is, and this is lifting up.
Okay.
Good. Perfect. That's what I'm here for. That's why you guys come to class. Because if you're doing this at home, you don't get the joy of my touch. Because it's so joyous. Okay. So now, hips, I'm not going to cue the hips. Hips are wherever they land. I just want that back hip, that left hip, to not feel too constricted. So that's what I'm working on. Okay? Breathe. And then from here, I want the spine to be long. So I want you to lift out of the pelvic bowl. I want you to grab your strap. I want it to come behind the low back into a C clasp. So the palms face back, the knuckles face down. You're in a bit of a heart opener. Breathe. Heart lengthens up, outer edge of that back foot presses into the ground. Inhale, heart lengthens up, maybe the gaze follows. Exhale, hinge over that front thigh, reach the heart forward, reach the knuckles back, pull the belly away from the thigh. Inhale, rise up. Ooh. 3 more, actually 4 more, just like that. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise. So as you hinge, you exhale, reach the heart forward, forward, forward. Inhale, rise up, reach through the outer edge of that back foot. Exhale, heart lengthens forward, belly away from thighs. Inhale, rise up. One more time, you guys. Exhale, hinge. God, it's hot in here. Inhale, rise up, release the strap. Put the strap down. Don't remove the shape of your legs. I want them to stay as they are. Inhale, arms come up. So now you're in a warrior 1. Breathe. Pull the belly away from the thigh. Press through the outer edge of that back foot. Lift the belly away from the thigh. Reach the fingertips up. And then on your exhale, rotate the navel to the right. Right towards the back of the chair. Inhale, straight ahead. Exhale, towards the right. Inhale, straight ahead. Exhale, right. Inhale, straight ahead. 2 more. Exhale, rotate. Inhale. Exhale, rotate. Inhale. Bring that back foot forward. Oh, that was a lot, you guys. Grab your strap, bring it with you. You're going to now bring that left hip onto the seat of the chair. Have that strap over that left leg. Remember, we're not symmetrical. So this side is probably going to feel totally different. So that right leg comes back. Press into the outer edge of that right foot. That left knee is coming straight out of the knee socket. Breathe. Find a lot of length in the spine. Find your smooth, fluid breath. Ground a little more through the outer edge of the foot, the one that's, yep. So I want you to think of lifting that inner thigh away from the chair. So that leg comes straight. Do you see how you have bend in this leg? Yeah, straighten it. There's no loosey-goosey on my watch. Breathe. That's okay. You do what you can. I'm just going to pick on Lee because she's in my sight. She's in my line of vision here. Poor Lee. But Lee's like, I am not sitting here anymore. Yeah. She's like, this seat, I'm not going to choose it anymore. Okay, grab your strap behind your low back. Breathe. So reach the knuckles down, reach the palms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Press into the outer edges of that right foot now. Inhale, lengthen the heart up, maybe the gaze goes up. Exhale, hinge. Heart lengthens forward. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge, belly away from thigh. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge. So it's less about the chin. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, it's more about this coming forward, forward, and then hinging. Feel that. Inhale, rise up one more time. So it may not be as deep, but this stays open. Exhale, hinge. Heart comes up, 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 and then hinge. Not from here, hinge from here. There, do you feel the difference? Inhale, rise up. You smell really good. Breathe, release the strap. And inhale, arms overhead. Oh my God, you guys, this is a totally different sensation than the other side. Thought the other side was hard. I don't even know what's happening here. Breathe. So you're rooting and grounding through the center of that front heel. You're rooting and grounding through the outer edge of that back foot. Pull the navel in, lengthen the tailbone down. Exhale, rotate the navel to the left towards the back of the chair. Inhale to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Lift that back inner thigh up. Exhale as you rotate. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate. Inhale. Last time. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center, release the arms down, bring that back foot forward and turn to face forward. I'm not gonna lie, sitting in the chair is harder than standing up. I think I'd rather stand. Next time I say we're doing it all seated in the chair, you guys might dissent. Okay, so we're done with the strap, so put that off to the side. Let's stand up. We're going to do sun salutations. You can stay seated. So you get to decide, do you want to stay seated? Do you want to stand for your half sun salutations? So find your mountain. If you're seated, heels underneath the knees. Knees are hips distance. If you're standing, feet are hips distance, maybe wider, whatever creates a lot of stability for you. Hands can be at the hips, palms face forward, Samasthiti. Hands can be at the heart, Anjali Mudra. You get to decide where you need to be today. 5 rounds are the Surya Namaskar. Inhale, root to rise, fill up with prana. Exhale, navel to spine, hinge, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to sides of shins, crown forward, tailbone back. Exhale, folds you in, as much bend in your knees as you need. Root, inhale, rise. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Again, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, belly away from thighs. Exhale, folds you in. Press, root, inhale, rise. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. 3 more, you guys. Inhale, this is our moving meditation. Exhale, navel to spine, flat back. Inhale, more space from hip creases to sternum. Exhale, more depth in your forward fold. Press, root, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more. Inhale, knit the front ribs in. Exhale, flat back, hinge into your Uttanasana. Inhale, more space, hip creases to sternum. Exhale, more depth, more weight, front half of the feet, press, root. Inhale, rise. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. One more, you guys. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, press, root, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. Stay here, breathe. If you have a mantra, you're weaving that in and out with the breath. Noticing what you notice, noticing the length in the spine, noticing the relationship between the pelvis and the spine, noticing the relationship between the spine and the breath. And then we're going to come to sitting down again, and I want you to grab both of your blocks. You might need both. So we're going to come into a goddess pose. So you're sitting on the edge of your chair. Your feet come wide apart. Your toes face out. Your knees track the same direction as your toes. And then I want you to grab a block and bring it in the center, right on the wood, or on the mat. Mine is on the wood. Yours is on the mat. So we're going to hinge forward and hinge from the hip creases, just like we were doing in our warrior one, when we had that leg forward and the other one back. Hands come to knees. We're going to move dynamically 5 times, and then we're going to land in our 6th one. So inhale, lengthen the heart away from the navel. Maybe the gaze goes up. Exhale, hinge. Torso coming parallel to the floor. Heart lengthens forward, belly away from thighs. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise. Again, exhale. More space for the heart to lengthen forward. Inhale, rise. 2 more, you guys. Exhale, hinge. So Lee, think more of the heart coming forward. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hinge. It's less about that. One more time. Inhale, rise. So exhale, hinge. Keep this open and hinge. Round. Stay here, you guys. Breathe. So see how your chin's coming down?
Yeah.
I want your heart. I have a string attached to your heart, and it's following. It's coming. Not your chin, it's your heart. Heart, heart coming forward, and then hinge from the hip creases, and the heart still comes forward, forward. Do you feel that? Now you feel this tug between the hip creases and the front body, yeah?
Yeah.
Stay there. Keep breathing, you guys. Still tugging, yes, I know. Bring that left hand onto the block. So it may need to go lower if you have a little more space to hinge. Maybe you could even come to the mat. I can't today. Bring that right hand to the low back sacrum, palm faces down. If you started rounding, which means you lost that length from the hip creases to the sternum, I want you to lengthen. Hip creases to sternum on your inhale. Exhale, rotate the navel to the right. Breathe. So keep the heart lengthening forward, and then the navel rotates to the right. Breathe. Breathe into this. Do you feel how that left knee wants to cave in? Press that left knee out towards the left side of the room. As you lengthen heart forward on your inhale, exhale, rotate the navel to the right. So lengthen there, feel that. And now keep all that and then exhale. Think less about the chin turning and think more about this rotating. There, feel that? And then press this knee out there. Last round of breath, you guys. On your exhale, unwind. Torso comes parallel to the floor. Inhale, rise up, unwind. Woo! So come on to sitting up. Yeah. We're going somewhere with this, so don't worry. This is just the buildup. We're not even in the main event yet. Okay, so we got another side, you guys. So we're gonna do that 5 times of hinging, and then we're gonna rotate on the 6th one, okay? So I like to have my hands on my knees, cupping my knees, and inhale. Heart lengthens up, maybe the gaze goes up, pull the belly in. Exhale, heart lengthens forward. Inhale, rise up. So you should feel a lot of sensation in the inner thighs here and the hips. Exhale, hinge. Almost feels like you're gonna fall off the chair, but you're not. Inhale, rise up. 3 more like that, you guys. Exhale, you guys look really, really good. Good job. Inhale, rise. 2 more. Exhale, heart lengthens forward, belly away from thighs. Inhale, rise up. Last one. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise. This time we're going to stay. Exhale, hinge. Find all that space in the front body. So I care more about what's happening from the hip creases to the sternum than I care about anything else. Well, of course, I care about the breath. And then bring that right hand to the block, right under the face, whatever height you need. Bring the left hand to the low back sacrum. Press the knees out. Inhale, lengthen the heart forward, reach the sit bones back. Exhale, rotate the navel to the left. So as you do that, you breathe. Heart lengthens forward with every inhale. Every exhale, you rotate the navel to the left. Press that right knee out to the right. It wants to cave in. Don't let it. Keep breathing, you guys. Breathe. Deb, press your knee out, your right one. Yes. Now you feel how it's a little more intense right there. Breathe. You guys know, keep breathing, that the more we hold a pose, at least for 90 seconds, with that sensation of tugging of connective tissue, you feel that here in that right hip, that is inserting bone in the top of that femur head. Breathe. And it's on your inhale that you unwind. Gaze comes down. Bring the hands to the knees and rise up. Ooh. Go ahead, bring the knees together. Shake out the feet and the legs. Good job, you guys. So from here, I'm just giving you you know what? Let's do 3 rounds of Ardha Surya Namaskar here in our chair, because we're going to do one more thing seated before we stand. You're done with me, aren't you? Are you okay? Every time Rita leaves this class, she's like, I don't know, Jessie, there's a lot of sensations. I don't know if it's pain. It might be sensation. I don't know. Am I okay? I'm like, heat. Just put some heat on it when you get home. Heat. I know. I'm telling you, I don't lie. The conversations that I tell these people are the exact conversations we have. Heat, Epsom salt bath. That is my remedy for everything. You tell me you're a yoga teacher without telling me you're a yoga teacher. Heat and Epsom salt bath. Breathe. Find your long spine. Find your spacious breath. Find your quiet mind. 3 rounds Ardha Surya Namaskar. On your inhale, sweep the arms up. Knit the front ribs in. Exhale, hinge, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to sides of shins, long from hip creases to sternum. Exhale, folds you in. Press root, inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart. 2 more, you guys. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Yes, go sweep. Exhale, folds you in. Inhale, hands to sides of shins, heart lengthens forward. Lift up, pull the shoulder blades down. Exhale, folds you in. Root, inhale, rise, fill up with prana. Exhale, hands to heart. Last one, you guys. Inhale, sweep up. Exhale, navel to spine, fold in. Inhale, heart lengthens forward. Keep the arms long here and less about the chin, more about the heart. Exhale, folds you in. Feel the difference? Inhale, root, rise, fill up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good job, you guys. Okay, we're coming back to sitting on the front edge of our chair. Our knees are wide, so we're back in that goddess pose. Are you feeling your inner goddess, Dave? Yeah. You channeling her? Okay, so have your hands cupping your knees. Your toes are facing out, knees are facing the same direction as your toes. And then on your exhale, I want you to hinge, heart lengthens forward, bring that left shoulder in towards the center of the mat, rotate the heart up towards the right. Inhale, back to center, exhale. That right shoulder comes in, heart rotates to the left. Inhale, center. So we're gonna keep doing this. Exhale, left shoulder in. When I do that, my hand changes direction on my knee. So you can see what my hand is doing. The thumb is coming towards the inseam of my leg and the fingers are pointing down. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, right shoulder in. So you feel a big stretch in the side body. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder in. Press the knees out. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate to the right. Press your knees out for me, Kathy. Yes. Inhale, center. Exhale, rotate to the left. One more time. Inhale, center. Exhale. That left shoulder comes in, rotate to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, that right shoulder comes in, rotate to the left. Inhale, center, rise up. I want to show you guys how I'm doing this. So just take a look at me. So I start off with my hands here, but really where we're going to go is the heels of the hands come to the outsides of the knee and the fingers are on the inner edge. And it's the inhale, heart lengthens forward, exhale, hinge. Inhale, heart lengthens forward, exhale, rotate. And it's the shoulder coming in. So you feel a big stretch in the front of the shoulder head and a big stretch in the lat muscles and all of the muscles on the side body, and then that rotation. Inhale, heart lengthens forward. Exhale, big stretch in the front of the shoulder head, and then that rotation, knees press out. You guys see what I'm doing there? So the knees stay out, the heart keeps lengthening forward, and then that wringing out starts to happen. So we're going to do that again 5 more times. I got to take off my sweatshirt. It's really warm in here. Really hot, you guys. very hot. I'm going to be very stinky today because I've got private sessions and all these things happening. So, whew, I'm going to be smelling very Indian by the end of the day. Generations of curry are going to come out of my pores. It's going to be a joyous smell. Okay, so sit up tall, breathe, find your long spine, find your breath. So feel that connection of the inner thighs to the pelvis. They should really be speaking to you right now because sitting on the edge of the chair, there's a lot of work that's happening with that connective tissue. And then inhale, lengthen the heart up. Exhale, hinge, but don't close off the heart. Inhale, lengthen heart forward. Exhale, that left shoulder comes in and you rotate to the right. Press the knees out. Inhale, heart lengthens forward. Exhale, right shoulder comes in and you rotate to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale to the right. Less about the chin, more about the navel. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. 3 more. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. That shoulder head, you feel it. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. One more time, you guys. Inhale, center. Exhale, right. Woo! Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Inhale, center, rise up. Bring the legs together. Shake them out. Who's loving sitting in the chair? Joyous, isn't it? Let's stand up. So as we stand up, we're going to come to doing some balance work. So if you want to do this seated, if you know your balance is just off today and you'd rather do this seated, you can do it seated. If you want to go to a wall, you can go to a wall, just find an open wall somewhere, or you just hold on to your chair. I don't care what side, because we can start on whatever side. So if you're standing to the right of your chair, you're going to have the outside leg working. If you're standing to the left of your chair, it's the outside, it's the opposite leg. And then we'll just shift, okay? So I'm not gonna guide legs. I'm gonna just guide the outside leg. So you're holding onto your chair, it's on the side of you, and your other hand is on your hip. Start to shift the weight into the inside foot that's closest to the chair and come onto the toe mounds, balls of the toes, with that outside foot. Notice how that inner hip popped out like you're holding a baby on it. I want you to squeeze it into the midline. And then on your exhale, lift that outer leg up into flamingo. So the thigh is parallel to the floor, shin is perpendicular, foot is flexed. Reach through that lifted heel, squeeze that outer hip in that's closer to the chair, and then on your inhale, open that knee out to the side. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Keep that thigh parallel to floor. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bring that foot down. So stand on the other side of the chair if you are holding on to the chair. I tried to let go of the chair and I couldn't do it. My balance is not great today. So we're different day to day, and I love how our yoga practice really gets us embodied. It reminds us that we're not static beings. Where we're at today is different than yesterday or a year ago or where we'll be tomorrow or a year from now. So the hand is lightly on the chair. The inside leg that's closest to the chair, I want you to shift your weight onto that, but squeeze the outer hip into the midline. Come onto the ball mounds of that outer foot, and then pull the navel in, exhale. Bring that leg into flamingo. So thigh is parallel to the floor. The shin is perpendicular, foot is flexed. Squeeze that outer hip into the midline. Inhale, open up. Exhale, close. 4 more times. Inhale, exhale. Try to keep the torso still. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Release it down. Good job, you guys. Did I do 4 or 5? I think I did 5. I can't count. Okay, so bring the chair to the front of your mat. The back of your chair is facing you. So from here, we're going to move into what we've been working towards, which is my favorite. You should be your favorite. Twisting triangle. So you're holding on to the back of the chair lightly with your fingertips. Your feet are wider than hips distance. I would say your feet are probably as wide as your chair legs. And all 10 toes are facing forward. And keep that, I'm going to do it this way, just so I'm facing the same direction as you. I'm actually doing it the right way. So keep all of the weight in that right foot. Inhale, take a small step back with that left foot. So you have about 2.5 to 3 foot distance front to back, but your feet are still as wide as your chair legs. The back toes, those left toes, sharply angled to the left front corner of your mat, and then straighten that front leg. Press into the front big toe mound. So now I'm on my fingertips on the chair. You might not be able to reach. I have super long monkey arms, so that's why I can reach the chair. You may be here with your hands on your hips. So you decide, hands on hips, fingertips on the back of the chair. Wherever you are, I want you to squeeze an imaginary block between the inner thighs as you press into the outer edge of that back foot, press into the front big toe mound of that front foot. And then we're going to move dynamically 5 times. On your exhale, hinge, just like we've been doing all morning, parallel to the floor. Inhale, rise up. This time you feel a big stretch in the back of that front leg. Exhale. So it is focused on the calves and the hamstrings. Inhale, rise up. Pull the navel in. Exhale, hinge. Reach the hip creases back, heart forward. Inhale, rise up. 2 more, you guys. Exhale, hinge. Heart lengthens forward. Inhale, rise up. Last time dynamically. Exhale, hinge, belly away from that right thigh. Inhale, rise up. This time we're going to land. Exhale, hinge. Keep breathing. Bring that left hand onto the seat of the chair, maybe the back of the chair. You decide where your comfort zone is. Bring the palm of that right hand onto the low back sacrum. The hips should be square. The sacrum should be square. And then squeeze that imaginary block between the inner thighs. Lengthen the hip creases back. Pull the belly in. Lengthen the heart forward. Exhale, rotate the navel to the right. Breathe. Shine that back inner thigh towards the wall behind you. Press into the front big toe mound. Breathe. Keep breathing. Find a little more space hip creases to sternum. Exhale, find a little more rotation. Keep breathing. The bone density only builds as we hold this pose. We're not holding the breath. We're holding the pose. For 5, belly away from thighs. For 4, heart lengthens forward, hip creases reach back. For 3, rotate the navel up. For 2, press through that front big toe mound. For 1, inhale, unwind, bring that right hand to the chair, rise up. Woo, step that back foot forward. How much do you love me right now? So much? Okay, breathe. As I always love to say when I'm kicking your butts is, you guys pay me for this. You remember that, right? Yeah. Breathe. Such an American thing to do. Okay, so your feet are as wide as your chair legs. Shift the weight into that left foot. Inhale, step the right foot back 2.5 to 3 foot distance. So this distance is whatever works for you, but you keep your feet as wide as the chair legs. And the way that you're going to know how much to step back is how much sensation are you feeling in the back of that left leg as you hinge. So if you're not able to hinge halfway, you may have to shorten your distance front to back to be able to come and feel all of that stretch happening in the back of the leg. That makes sense, you guys? Okay, good. Bring your hands to your hips. Those right toes are sharply angled to the right front corner of the mat. Hips are square. And then on your exhale, hinge halfway. Hip creases reach back, heart lengthens forward. Inhale, rise up. Front leg is straight, you're pressing into the big toe mound. Exhale, hinge. Belly away from thighs. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge. Shine the inner thighs back towards the wall behind you. Inhale, rise up 2 more times dynamically, you guys. Good job, Dorothy. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise up. Last time dynamically. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise up. This time we're going to land and stay. Exhale, heart lengthens forward, hip creases lengthen back. Bring that right hand onto either the seat of the chair or the back of the chair. You decide. Bring the left palm face down on the low back sacrum. Shine the inner thighs back as you press into that front big toe mound. Press into the outer edge of that back foot. Pull the belly away from the thighs as you inhale. Lengthen heart forward, hip creases back. Exhale, rotate the navel to the left. Breathe. Keep breathing. Now rotate the navel to the left. That. Can you hinge a little more? Yeah, it's more about the hinge and the heart lengthening forward. There. And now rotate. There. Do you feel the difference? Now you should feel lots of sensation in the hip. Good. Breathe. That is what is inserting bone onto the top of the femur head. Breathe. Every inhale, pull the belly in, lengthen heart forward. Reach that left hip crease back. Every exhale, rotate the navel to the left as you press into the outer edge of that back foot and the front big toe mound. Breathe. Beautiful. Keep breathing where you are. I'm going to touch you, Lee. Now rotate. There. Feel the difference? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Totally different pose. Oh, totally. Yeah. That's where the work is. Keep breathing. For 5, lengthen heart forward. That's your work because of your scoliosis. And then on your exhale, it's that rotation and lifting there. So this is really good for your scoliosis because it's having your pelvis separate from your spine. Last round of breath. I didn't say you could come out. Inhale, unwind. Bring the hands to the top of the chair. Exhale, step that back foot forward. Good job, you guys. You're done. Shavasana. Time flies when you're having fun. Breathe. You're like, Jesse, please don't go on a retreat again. Oh, okay. So you guys get to decide lying on your mat, sitting in your chair, using whatever props you need, and find your most comfortable Shavasana. You're letting the breath patterns go, and you're just breathing into what you've created. So there's a lot of heat that we built up today. So just notice what has come to the forefront now. Notice the connection between the pelvis and the spine. Notice the connection between the spine and the breath. Feel the heaviness of your bones, the softness of your muscles, the release of the connective tissue. Shavasana. Slowly, gently begin to take some deeper breaths deep into the belly, deep into the pelvic bowl, bringing awareness back to the physical body, back to the breath. Maybe some gentle movement to the fingers, the toes, maybe a rolling of the ankles, the wrists, maybe a full body stretch or whatever movement is calling to you. But for those of you who are lying on your mat, gently roll over to the right side, fetal pose. Those of you in fetal and those of you seated, just notice how the breath is a little fuller through that left nostril, our cooling, grounding, lunar nostril. And those of you in fetal, gently press the left palm into the earth to rise up. Everyone, finding your long spine in your comfortable seat. Whatever that looks like for you in this moment, eyes can be open, soft drushti, or closed, you decide. And then gently bring your hands to your heart, Anjali Mudra, celebrating the divine that resides in each and every one of us. Gently bow your head to your hands. Take this awareness of divinity off the mat. Honor it in each person you meet. Honor it within yourself. And that is yoga. Namaste. Thank you, you guys. Really good job. Not an easy class. Do I say that every single time I feel like? Yeah, pretty much. So a couple of announcements. Unbelievably, I don't know where this year is going. It is July 4th on Friday. So I know, crazy. So no classes on the 4th of July. I will be eating, drinking, and being merry. So please do the same, whatever your thing is that you do. And then on Sunday the 6th, we have the biggest parade in downtown Pengrove. I swear to God, I think the whole world descends onto Pengrove and they close Main Street. So because of that, classes just cannot happen because there's no parking. You guys would not be happy. So there is 8:30 a.m. class with me on Sunday. All the other classes are canceled because it's just not going to be fun being in downtown Pengrove. So enjoy your 4th of July. No classes on Sunday except for 8:30 a.m. Okay? Thank you, you guys. Good job. Thank you for letting me pick on you. You're welcome. So good, doesn't it? Like you don't realize how tight you are here until you try to like stretch it out.
Exactly what I need.
I'm so glad, Cindy.
Thank you
Good.
so much.
You're so welcome. Oh, was that down there or you moved it to the ground?